pain, and but now I just have the sciatica, which is not good. and we might have to end early if sitting becomes a problem. But I'm hoping that I can go at least a couple of hours.
If we have to end early, I will not object, given
Okay.
the eye condition.
You have an eye condition? Oh my. What did you do to your eye?
That's to be determined.
You have pink eye or
Well, that was the initial
here?
theory posed by urgent care on Saturday, and they gave me some drops.
Okay.
And the first couple of days, the drops were working really great. This is stage 3, then, I guess?
Yeah, and it doesn't look like it's working really great right now.
Well, if I remember
It
correctly,
is less than optimal.
Jack pushed a bed through a wall.
Yes,
then
yes, he
stepped
did.
into a hallway,
Mm-hmm.
and Rick ran over to the giant bomb and activated his universal gadget.
Yes. So the bomb will not go off.
Yeah.
And there's one or two people running across the lawn. Simon Wells is hopefully going to intercept them.
You know, it's perfect, but we'll accept it.
Annie is pursuing the people running on the lawn.
Yeah, we went out different directions, so I'm not sure who's seen what.
Well, I don't even remember had he jumped out a window or if he's one of the people still in the building.
That's coming down.
Okay. I think you were first.
Well, you probably don't really want my note here. It says edgy fleas.
Well,
Yeah, he did.
Hey, I didn't know the bomb wasn't going to go off. It seemed like it made sense to get out
you
the blast.
did not want to be in that room. No one wanted to be in that room except you with your bomb suppressor, your explosive suppressor. So, that's
Rick ran in there and said, stop.
Basically, you either stop the bomb or disarm the bomb or you.
I don't think he's claiming he's disarmed.
You said that the bomb won't go off now.
Right.
Something like
But
that.
you did something before.
And John Doe had provided the helpful information that it was a big bomb.
yes.
To his own.
Well, I mean, obviously, that's not specifically what he said because we don't speak.
Yeah.
But yes,
To communicate it in terms that the players could
yes, in
understand.
game, in player terms, choose your own bomb.
He probably said so much TNT.
Or gave a blast in whatever.
You grab me a couple of that.
Yeah.
I was actually telling him the plan if one is to take.
I take it you would also like
Yes, thank you very much for drawing a useful inference.
Well, I didn't get to meet Patrick Stewart or Temple Bummer. Well, I didn't get to meet Tom Cruise, but I'm really not crying over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, never did.
You didn't go to his religious service or whatever?
No.
Isn't he a pastor with
Scientology?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They don't call it pastor, but he's some kind of
He's paid enough money that they give him a higher position.
Mm-hmm.
Shows he's committed.
Or should be.
Yeah.
Well, he is committed to them. Whether he should be committed somewhere else, there's plenty of evidence that indicates that's probably the case. On the other hand, I wouldn't want to ever be in a good relationship with an actor. They're professionally trained to.
Oh, your ring. So I did want to talk
I'm
about.
sorry, I cannot appreciate it today.
Even if I hand it to you, to hold on.
I want to talk about when people might be gone in the future, or when we're not going to play in the future, through the end of the year. So I know we aren't going to play December 24th, which is a Tuesday, Christmas Eve.
Probably unlikely to play December 31st.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to play on December 31st, New Year's Eve either. But I don't think I have anything else before then.
I don't. I'm clear.
I will be missing at least one Tuesday and possibly two in early November. I'll have to double check the scheduling with Magenta. I'll email the list as soon as I know.
Okay.
I don't see anything through the next couple of months.
I am going to San Diego in November, but I will not be gone on Tuesday. Or Wednesday.
Yeah,
Or Thursday.
last 2 weeks
I don't care
of
about Wednesday and
December
Thursday.
are not going to happen. Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
I care because sport classes on Wednesday, and if I pass my test and get to third level, that's on Thursday. I'll go on Wednesday, so I'll do all the practice I can get.
So just a few more XPs and you'll level?
Yes. I'm spitting distance away from it. We can level for
More seriously, what sort of fun?
just
Okay.
Okay.
I expect I will be gone both the 5th and the 12th of November. I will double check that, but it's likely from what I know.
Yeah, it's possible that I'm actually going to be down in Florida over that week. But we haven't made plans yet. No, we're working until the 1st.
Well, I hope if you go there you have fun, but probably it's more work than fun from what you've said in the past.
The weather should be nice.
Yeah, the weather should be nicer. Yeah, I would be going down with my wife and her parents,
Okay.
and visiting with my brother and his husband and my wife's brother. Because, both brothers are down.
Cool.
There is a possibility, albeit somewhat remote, that I may miss a Tuesday early in September. I have to take a vacation somewhere along the line.
Okay.
Oh, where the time will go away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that or I take off, almost the entirety of December.
I took off February one year. And I really mean take off as in I wasn't in the state. That was the year after we had that horribly cold February where it didn't make it above or 20 all month.
Oh, here's another Tuesday. September 17th is my wedding anniversary.
Yeah, for your sake, we probably should play that night. Did she alert you to that on
No, I was just looking at the calendar and just saw it's on the calendar here.
delete September 17th?
Okay.
December 17th or
September
I
17th.
thought that's what I heard.
I may
It
have.
has to be. December would have been way too late because it would have been after baseball.
Yes. We had our wedding on the field before a baseball game.
I remember that.
And Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Okay.
I do not know of any Tuesdays between now and the end of the year that I'm not going to be here.
no vacation now for a while.
So did you make it into the big Marvel panel?
No.
Did you want to make it into the big Marvel panel?
No.
Okay.
Then that's not that much of a disappointment.
Marvel Comics wasn't doing the Marvel Studios, and they were packed all the time.
Yeah.
But since I don't like most of the movies, they're nothing to say. They started up good. I will say one thing though,
I liked Captain Marvel quite a bit, but I was bothered by some of the special effects they put.
I tried watching it on the airplane.
That wouldn't be ideal conditions.
It started out with this Kree woman who's fighting this guy, and they're like, I'm like, what? This is not Captain Marvel.
It is not match
Yes. It doesn't match the continuity for the comics.
continuity in the comics. It is setting up something different with the Kree and
Yeah, the Skrull are very different.
well, right now they are.
Yes.
Just because they are acting friendly right now doesn't prevent them from becoming an enemy in the near future.
Especially since rumors are that the next big story arc they're going to do is the Kree-Skrull War.
Okay, Captain Marvel will probably be in that quite a bit because of reasons, but
Hello, Dane.
I couldn't like that Marvel.
Hello, Shuma.
I wasn't that tied in with the whole comic book thing because although it was interesting, I expect different media to take different interpretations. I thought what they have, if they had called it something else and it was still Shapeshifters, it would be a good story. I can understand where anyone who was really into the Skrull thing would have problems with it, just like the Mandarin caused problems for just about everyone.
Oh, actually, I don't like it.
I'm surprised by that. Oh, well.
Because of what they did after. They implied that there's a real Mandarin.
Well, they've done more than imply now.
But I thought it was a great idea that you have somebody who try to cash in the real Mandarin's reputation, you might say, and legend. It's I kind of like that idea. That's one of the few things I liked about that movie.
Yeah.
The problem was a number of people thought they were promised the Mandarin and then to be fed a hoax.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have to build up for the future.
There's what is it? One of the new TV shows that they're coming out with.
Pennyworth?
I don't know. Martial arts one. It's some name and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Well,
yeah,
I heard
Lee Chun or something like
That's
that.
not right.
they're
It's
gonna
not right.
do a movie of Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu.
That's him.
Yeah.
But the title is his name and Legend of the Ten Rings. So, yes, that is probably the lead into the Mandarin.
No.
And they're redoing Blade.
Yes, they are.
Well, I didn't like the first Blade movie when the vampires are walking around in the daylight with sunscreen on. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
It's not that easy.
And they're wearing the dark motorcycle helmets and the gloves and everything. Yes, you could do that. But sunscreen, I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it.
There's other movies who've made the claim that if you get the SPF high enough,
Implies that it's ultraviolet.
I know it does.
And I like the fact that it's somewhat magical. You know, I mean,
Well, if you make it
It's not just the
ultraviolet, it gives you
ultraviolet, it's
a
the light of the
weapon.
sun.
yes, I know, but that's a bad idea. There are other ways to do weapons.
Yes, there are quite a few. I am just saying, depending on your interpretation, somebody would do a spectral analysis, and if there's any scientific reason behind it, they'd find what frequencies were causing it.
Assuming that they could either get a vampire to cooperate or keep one strapped down long enough to experiment on, both of which, yeah.
The same thing is though,
Or they just survive an encounter.
see, yeah, there's no electrical impulses in a vampire. If you give an EEG, there's nothing there.
And
EEG, there's no electrical activity in the nervous system. There's no beating
Or-
of the heart. The
I don't-
lungs are not sucking and blowing air because it's useless.
That is, neither of those things is necessary to my concept of a vampire, and they have to breed some to be able to talk. So you
They
gotta
have
make
to
your
be
vocal
able to move air.
But you don't need lungs to be able to do that.
That is correct.
Yeah, but if you got them, that's the
And I
easiest
think
way.
the other point is
They're not working because there's no electricity going on. They're not being sustained by that.
the other point is when they're trying to blend in, they may concentrate in order to move the lungs just so no one notices.
That's certainly possible.
But I
Protect
would
coloration.
expect
Yeah.
I would expect them to actually have to concentrate on that. Okay, I know I don't have to, but breathe.
Like you could say, okay, why don't they eat ordinary food? They have a stomach, they have teeth, right?
Mhm.
They can't really do it.
Yeah,
I mean, they
the
can,
digestive
There's
system
plenty of-
doesn't work on
There's
food
plenty of
anymore.
reasons
That's-
to believe that the justice system doesn't.
they can drink a glass of wine maybe a little bit, but that's pretty much it.
And some versions they can't even do that. If it's blood, they can drink it. Otherwise, or if it's got
Rose water
enough
is way
blood
out.
in it.
Anyway, we are
We are at the clinic.
Fortunately, not in the middle of an explosion.
yes.
Well, when the explosive device goes off, if it does, that will help disguise what happened.
That's true. And yes, that your device does have a range limit, right?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
if you simply walk away from it, will the bomb still go boom presently? Okay.
Yes,
Did
the
you
explosion is being suppressed, not. It's not a fizzle. It's not
Yeah.
the
It's
same
not a
thing
phys-
as a forced fizzle.
No one's asked for that.
You could just automatically do it by spending all your fate points.
As long as you have more than one.
As long as you have more than one, yes. You can't spend 0, even if that's all
You
your
need
fate
one.
points.
More than one or one?
No, you
One or more.
Okay. Being a software guy, I'm kind of
Yes.
try to make sure I'm not off by one.
You are not. As long as you have one fate point, you can pause a fizzle.
If you're down to one anyway, that's
Then it's
definitely
a
a
good
good
idea.
investment.
It would be one of those rare instances where if I don't roll better than great, I will spend a fate point on an athletics roll.
It'll help you to stick a dynamite.
No, but it'll help me with this device. It's got a free zone coverage.
Ah,
I want to get out of there. I want to get one zone away with the device in my hand and then beat feet.
So,
I do believe.
trying to remember, okay, we are. Some people have jumped out of windows.
Yep.
The situation is, let's see, Lennon and Jack
Running hallway.
are now in the hallway. The bed is in the room next to the one that I and the bomb and the suppressor are in.
Correct.
JD has run down the hall farther than necessary. Annie is following the presumptive demolition experts, and Edgy has run even faster to get away from the presumed explosion.
I thought there was someone else who was outside.
Simon Wells is outside, and he just went over the
Okay.
wall, and he was running towards the people who are running away from the.
Okay.
Simon Wells was just coming on the scene.
Right.
Handy coincidence for us. Was that a handy coincidence that cost you a fate point?
He spent one, I think. Whether it was necessary or not, I think he spent one. Didn't
I don't
he?
remember.
I think he did.
We are still in combat.
Evidence says no.
Okay.
Okay.
We're in chase instead.
Yes, you're not really in combat because you're not engaged. There's nobody.
We have a couple of assassins.
You have a Pac-Man potato chip. Okay.
Apparently I'm a ghost. I just ate it. Sorry.
Paris? Are you not giving Paris the proper amount of food and attention?
Certainly not.
The second most certainly. Oh, it's food. Right. I brought these for others to share.
Thank you.
Soldier factory.
Not yet.
The outbreak.
Not yet. I'm expecting it within the next
Presumably,
24 hours. Did you get yours?
I was close enough to hear Rick saying, what did you say about it not going to go off?
I said it's dead.
Ah, alright. So,
Now I'm waiting for my next turn.
Oh, we don't have a turn because we're not.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, we're not engaged in combat. We have
I'm looking out the window, the wrong window,
Okay.
wondering what's going on outside because I heard someone go through the window. At least someone go through a window.
Okay, I'm running back to the room. I'm going to say, I heard a window break. What happened?
I heard a window break.
So I'll go to the other windows that are looking out. I'll put on my night vision goggles. I'm in dark out.
It's the day, isn't it?
It's daytime.
Yeah.
Oh, now I need goggles. Okay, I forgot that. I will investigate to see if I can see anybody out there.
Okay.
not be a high roll unless he's going after them.
Yeah. So you're looking out the front window.
I'm looking out the window. He isn't that.
I'm looking out the front,
Okay.
and I'm not seeing anything.
Annie went out the side.
That's
Yes.
where I'm looking.
And you're looking out the side, so you see Annie down there. You're looking at the front, and you said you didn't see anything. Is that
That may be incorrect. That may be incorrect, David.
Might have gotten.
He
Because-
probably would see Simon.
yeah? Because Simon just got there.
And I don't know that we have determined who knows where the people who are running are.
Right.
So if I do not see anything out this window, I'll go to the window where Rick is.
All right. Out the window that you're looking out, you see Annie. She just jumped out a window and she landed on the ground. But the window you're looking out, you would see somebody running towards the gate.
Okay, I would have told Or Jack.
Jack.
There's someone running for the gate.
Do I need any sort of awareness or alertness or something to figure out what's happening? Or
Yeah, make an alertness roll.
Right.
Typical. Okay.
-2.
That would be 4, which I do not think will do it. I haven't said that's the final answer.
Okay. Because yeah, 4 is
I have
not
not. Said,
enough.
I have not said that's the final answer.
Believe it'll work. 4 is low enough to not notice that someone tied your shoelaces together.
Well, they're trying to use it, but always have an escape route.
Sure. Yeah, that. Oh, you're doing a reroll? Okay.
I figure at a -2, I have a fair chance of matching, but there's some chance of getting higher. No!
No!
It's gonna be one
You
of
think
those
you might
days.
be in Zurich?
Maybe.
You might
let's
possibly be in
see.
Switzerland.
What could possibly go wrong?
You could roll -4 again, but it's unlikely, even for you.
I mean, always roll -4 again and use the fate point, do a -6.
Hey,
You're on
I rolled
-3.
-3, so -2,
-2,
-4,
-3.
-3.
You've hit your average.
Yeah.
3 to the
I'm
minus.
wondering if I keep going. Let's see. There's got to be another that can be useful. Just keep moving.
Sign error. -3 to the death power is what we do.
Hey, I got a -1.
Okay.
Now if I spend a fate point, I might detect something. Let's see.
A little outside my area of expertise.
Bit outside my specialty.
Right.
I guess if you'll take it, then okay.
Okay.
So I'm all the way up to a +1, which brings me all the way up to a fair result.
Fair result.
And someone just shouted something. So
Yes.
at very
You,
least.
at fair, you notice to your right there's movement, like
Okay.
in the front area
Okay.
between the front of the building and the gate.
Did I hear him shouting as well or not?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
You heard shouting, but you aren't sure what it was.
Okay.
I'm using my universal gadget to basically appear at the gate. But first, I'm going to stealth myself.
Okay.
Stealth and teleport.
I'm going to stealth first. Wow, that's not like +1.
Okay.
I'm guessing you didn't roll a -4.
I did not. And then I'm teleporting to the gate where he said they're running towards.
And right around here is when I'm walking in the gate.
Yes.
Yes.
The gate has it's a large sort of barred gate with just to the side of it there's an actual door-sized door. The barred gate is for like vehicles coming and going.
So these two idiots running towards me.
So I'm walking in there. So I'm just
You've gotten to the door. There's like a guard booth just to the side there.
Any money?
that sort of spans the wall so that they can see on either side
Okay.
of the gate. And the door is kept locked, just to, so people don't wander in. But, or out.
No wandering.
But it's not like super secure. It's just, Jack could punch the door down, for instance. Or cough on the lock and it would open. Anyway, so the guard has greeted you.
Okay.
Hello. Can I do something for you?
I'm coming into visit room such and such.
Okay. He does something in the gate. That sort of the door unlocks.
Hold it open for these people that are in a hurry to get out.
No, that's not gonna happen, because you get Jack between them and that.
All right. So, are you going to engage with this person who's like running at that door?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're back into combat.
So
Combat isn't going to last very long, but
This is
whatever.
initiative then.
Yes.
Which is awareness,
Alertness.
alertness.
Hey, wow, I rolled that average.
I'm all over the board.
Well, it's rubbing off on me.
Average?
Yes.
We're high then.
Legendary.
I'm fair.
I rolled very well.
When it doesn't, when it doesn't particularly matter.
So you're
I-
legendary.
I like that too.
Epic,
No, great.
fantastic, superb, great.
Woohoo.
Good,
Good for you.
fair.
That's me. The enemy. Not John Joe. He's still in the building, so I'm not rolling for him.
Right.
He's not even really looking out of the building.
Average.
We're both at average. Does that mean I go first or?
What's the tiebreaker? Is it alertness or?
Yeah, who has the higher
Yeah,
alertness?
Who has the higher base alertness?
Well, my base is average, so I bet.
You go first.
Yep.
So I
Okay,
guess
so you're
No problem. I'm used to it.
I suspect it's not going to matter much.
I suspect you're right, but I would have made it back into the room while all this was going on, so.
Your John Doe is looking like a somewhat confused and recuperating Lenin.
Yes.
So. I take it there's only one guy running towards me.
Well, one guy. Annie is also running in your direction.
Okay. What I'm going to do is, since he can't see me, I'm really gonna trip him as he goes by me. Then I'm gonna grab his arm and land on him and have him in a full Nelson. And me lying on top of him. That's gonna be a maneuver.
That looks like a good roll from what I can see.
Wow, +3. So that would be on sparing.
Let's see now. I can't see you. So I get a defense based at mediocre.
Yep.
Well, you did get a roll to see if you
get the
did
roll
get a roll to
alertness.
see if you can see him.
Yeah, you get the roll of alertness.
He's at godlike +1 for his stealth. There is
Yep.
0 way. I mean,
I will penalty
if
for
I
daylight.
if I roll a +4,
I'll use
I
a fate
get-
point, which you don't have.
you don't know that. I get fantastic. No, I get what's the one above fantastic? Epic. I get epic. If I get a +4,
Right.
So even if the character does have fate points, he's gonna top out at odds.
Yeah, I don't have, like,
that.
devices that penetrate stealth or anything like that. So I can't see him. So my defense is just going to have to be at mediocre. What did you get for your attack?
On sparing.
Awe-inspiring, which I cannot roll.
So I think-
defense of awe-inspiring from a base of mediocre. So you are successful. This is a maneuver you're doing, right? So
Not to be physically hurt, but he is going to be restrained.
restrained is what you've done. To
He
him.
will be
In
suddenly,
a full Nelson, he can't really
Yep, I did.
fight back. Or,
Grab our arms, fall on top of him.
okay.
he will
and then-
suddenly be lying on the ground with someone heavy but invisible on him.
And what I see is this person running towards the gate,
Drips.
who
And suddenly is in a
on
really
the floor in a really strange position. On the ground in a really strange position.
Head.
Is it
Yeah, the full
Yeah.
Nelson goes
The
up
full-
and behind the neck,
Yeah,
right? So like
which
this.
is why it's banned in
any sport.
collegiate high school wrestling.
You do a half Nelson, you can't do a fall.
Right.
Right.
You can kill people with fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
By accident.
So I'm gonna then break style. I'm gonna say. in
Well,
Russian.
you've actually done your action already.
Okay.
It was
I've done my
you've
action.
done a maneuver. So Simon is I mean you opened the door and saw this basically. This guy sprawled on the he was moving as fast as he could and then he sprawled face down on the ground with his arms sort of in a very odd position. But you don't see anything that caused him to fall
Right.
or caused him to have his arms in that very odd position.
That'd be enough for me to be convinced that Jack's responsible.
Do I see Annie?
Yes, she is right now just past the front of the building. If she moves 2 zones, she'll be there, basically. Yeah. If that's her action.
I'm going to walk over and see if I can tell what's wrong with the gentleman.
Okay, so you're going to examine the gentle,
Mm-hmm.
which is something that for some reason
Others have.
others have not done.
Yeah.
He didn't have time to.
He just took him down for crying out loud. Give him a
He
chance.
he seems to be wearing very bulky clothing, maybe, or something is making a large bulk around his sort of
Torso.
torso area.
Another damn suicide vest.
Yeah, you've seen these before. He's probably got a suicide vest on, or he's just very heavy. he's a
Or
very
both.
stocky person, or he's probably wearing a suicide vest.
Nice if somebody were to say something out loud. I'm telling you what to do.
Given that it didn't even take an investigation roll for that,
Herring Bear, thank you very much for the host.
I will look and see if I can figure out the detonation mechanism for this one.
So if
And
you
I
do
don't-
want to make an investigation roll, I would be willing to give you more information. But that what I just gave you was fairly obvious.
Mm-hmm. Good. I am.
Wrong ring.
No, right ring. That is an awe-inspiring investigation roll.
Wow. Okay, so yes, bomb vest, probably made with C, not dynamite. And it looks like there are multiple trigger mechanisms. So as long as he's conscious, unless he's fully immobilized, like encased in concrete or something, he's probably got some way to trigger it.
Well, if he were encased in concrete, I wouldn't be worried about the vest.
Yes.
As long as it's enough concrete.
All you need is a quick word, bomb vest. Doesn't take action.
He is a bomb.
I'm going to say he can explode. Yeah, but I can't do anything else at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
3. Well,
Still running towards the scene.
as I understand it, it's basically an awareness to see what's going on or a run towards the obvious thing that I have spotted, right?
Yeah, if you're gonna do an investigation, that's your action. You're gonna run, you can run one zone and do an investigation with the run one zone being a supplemental action,
Okay.
but it would only get you partway there.
Way there. Do I hear the shout of bomb? Is kind of the
yeah,
question.
yes,
'Cause
you
that would. Okay, well, in typical Annie fashion, run towards the bomb.
Oh, wow!
Who knows? It might be an interesting bomb.
No, I have a chance of disabling it next time.
I know.
That's only a +1, so that would be a fantastic athletics.
Beast -4.
Okay.
I moved the 2 zones,
You move the 2 zones, you're there.
but can't do
You
anything.
can't really do anything now. Spent all of your activity running there.
But I am aware if an explosive goes off in the area.
Yes.
Yes. So flip over your card.
Oops, you're right.
So, this would be Simon, Jack, and Annie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'll get out of the way.
All right. Yes, as a matter of fact.
Just guessing.
I don't actually have to throw this. Haha.
Right.
I recognize that sheet.
It's rather difficult to throw this.
Yeah.
I can throw it.
Well, yes. Are you aware of a live explosive in your zone? All 3 of you. Yes. Everyone in the target zone who chooses to get clear rolls athletics against the thrower's result. So I guess I have to do a. I'm not sure what this is exactly, but all right. So that is great.
And we're looking for spin on great?
Let's see. Everyone is no. Did you generate spin? Yes, that's what you're. So that's what you want.
So
Yes, I did.
we need at
Epic
least
or-
epic. So a wash is
So
all
that's
I
a
need.
bad start.
I roll a +4, so I'm good. Like really good.
This is a good time to roll +4, obviously.
I rolled awe-inspiring. Can I spend 2 points of overflow to try and help give her a little push? Okay.
Oh my. Well, couldn't he shot it in? Because when we were in the Russian embassy and he set up the bomb, I actually managed to pull the guy out with me.
You have no-
What you could do is grab Annie, and then
Oh crap!
you'd have to use
Mike,
Mike.
maybe I should grab it.
Which I don't have right now. Or you should grab her in
I
that
should
case.
grab Annie then.
Yeah. To give Annie a bonus, but otherwise, I mean, can you roll?
Flexibility.
Can you roll this? Can you actually roll?
Yes.
Okay, then.
I'm at a base of superb.
Yeah. See, so.
No. Great, right?
I have great athletics and I have good shoes on.
Oh, I forgot the shoes. And you
So-
have dodge, right?
Yes.
That's puts up to fantastic.
Oh,
So now
You
you're
just have
I
to
know
get
you're
a
epic.
+1.
So all I have to do is roll a -1. Oh no, roll 0. Roll 0.
okay. I haven't done that yet.
Well, if you roll a
For
-2,
this.
if he has a -2, you can use a fate point to get there.
I might have got -2. There's a -1.
Fate point.
So
you
I
get
can
there.
use a fate point at this point.
And it gets you the legendary. But if you're only going on a great though, right?
Great is I
Yep.
don't know. I have no idea how to otherwise.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a good way to do it. And but you can do it. Legendary is great.
Brains over brawn. Now I'm out of the way.
Okay, so everybody who generated spin, which is now everybody, can dive clear is a free action.
Okay.
And you were the only ones within the zone, and this is only a one zone bomb vest. It's not like that big thing that fell in through. And so, yes, boom. He explodes.
I guess we won't be questioning him.
Yeah, but you're going to be looking at the remains to see what kind of a bomb it was, kind of explosive. If there's anything left of the trigger mechanism, if you can identify maybe who made this.
Let's.
Yeah, even though he didn't know what the hell was going on his back, he saw Simon right in front of him, and he kind of knew that you were back there behind him.
Yeah,
so.
I don't stealth.
So
Or I should say I have never attempted to develop that.
totally
skill.
felt he was screwed. So
And what fell on him would have felt like, if not a person.
yeah, he knew he was
something
being
alive.
attacked. He just didn't
Yeah.
know what the hell was going on.
Yeah. So,
He knew
attacked
he
by
was in
something
bad trouble.
couldn't see and two other people closing.
And you're telling me he's in better shape now?
Well, he can't be questioned.
Yeah.
If spilling the beans was a bigger fear than being dead, then yeah, I guess it counts as a win for him.
If he gets the pay bonus for died in service,
Well, yeah, he might
He
work.
won't get it, you know?
Yeah,
They
but,
just-
you know,
they can't forward your
He
pay
might be
to
working
other
for
places
Decimon,
in
which means his family
you
gets it.
could. Simon probably could.
Possibly Simon or I could figure out some way to
Anyway,
pull it
so
off.
we're out of
Well,
combat again.
Yep. So, okay, roll with the blow or the explosion, and then get to my feet and look around and see if there's other obvious people with bulky clothes trying to wander off.
There are not.
Oh,
Thank you.
Annie, we need to scrape up what's left of this mess, and we need to investigate to see if we can get any clues about the origin of this jackass and his bomb vest.
There are bits left, but
Yes,
no big bits. I mean,
Yes,
he
well-
blew himself very
Yes.
thoroughly
So
to
we'll be
pieces.
picking him up with a tablespoon,
Maybe
well,
a
then
spatula,
Symbol.
send someone.
There
to
are a
investigate the
few
room
there are
just
a few
above him.
pieces that are like this size. Those would be the big pieces.
The room we were in, first story or second story?
Second story.
Second story.
So he came from a third
He
story.
came from the third.
Rather than jumping out the window, I'm going to climb out the window to get there. I could hardly have missed the explosion since I was in the room.
Nobody in the area needed to roll alertness on that. No.
I am going to use the radio to check with Rick. Do you need any help taking care of the big bomb?
at a grate, do I know if the guard survived?
The guard in the booth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good.
He had a
was-
barrier
He had a
between.
barrier between the, he had the
Mhm.
guard booth in the way.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Um. Yes, I could use help. Unless
Then I turn to
I'm
Jack.
leaving
Somebody's
my
got a
suppressor here forever.
disabled bomb in the building, so I might want to deal with that first.
Okay.
And I'll wander back towards the building. Climbing up the side because, well, that's the best.
So I'm going to use deceit. I'm going to say, because I'm going to pretend to be panicked, make sure that Lennon is okay.
Okay.
And what a crappy time to roll low.
Who are you fooling?
The
here,
guard,
really?
I believe.
Oh, the guard?
Yes.
All right. Well, you're not fooling the guy who just blew up. He's beyond being fooled.
Does he get help from the fact that the guard has probably had his mind blown, even if he wasn't?
Well, unfortunately, one of the problems is that the guy can't hear very well right now.
Ah. Which is why I'm basically shouting.
Oh,
Because I'm
okay.
trying to act panicked. Okay. Well, that's
All right.
why I'm trying to lie, which I got superb because I used chart. It is.
Oh, calm down over there.
Always bet on Jack.
Okay.
So, in a panicky voice, I say, make sure that Lennon is okay.
So
And what the
I
guy
would-
hears is,
I would say that Annie would recognize what is happening, but do I need to make some roll to realize that Jack isn't really panicking? Because I've never ever seen him panic.
So to do this, you had to break stealth first, right?
He broke stealth, I think, there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm convinced. No, you know Jack well enough to know that he's not
Panic.
panicking, and he doesn't suddenly think that John Doe is actually Lennon.
Okay.
So he's not deceiving you.
He is not, I am not the target of the deception.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure that it is fine for me to, in character, play along. Okay. Will do. In Russian.
The guard will talk to someone else, who will talk to someone else, who will
I
talk to someone
understand
else.
what you're doing. I just didn't want to
Maintaining your
make assumptions about my character's knowledge.
And yes, I hear what Jack said, and right, it would be better to stay in character for this and find out later if Annie needs any help with post-mortem investigation of whatever sort. So
You stay behind it and guard the explosive scene of the crime. I'm gonna go protect Lennon.
and I am
And then we start
already
running
having-
towards go back.
Was John Doe out in somewhere out in the hallway?
Yes.
Within sight from the door of our room.
Yes.
So I will step out into the hallway, which is just crossing the room, presumably one zone,
Mm-hmm.
and
Check that
say
he's okay.
more than that in French, which I'm going to use. I'm going to try and roll deceit to produce a plausible Russian accent for my French. But what I'm saying is sir, please come back in the room. Trying to sound like a worried guard. Also trying to sound like a
What kind of guard would ask someone to go back into a room with a bomb, though?
He wants to get him out of the hallway.
Out of the
Yeah.
hallway, I agree with. But
Going to the second bedroom.
Well,
There's one that has.
the room that you pushed the bed into.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since I didn't
The newly
specify,
cross-ventilated
I don't
room.
want this. I didn't want this to be any
Massively
more
cross-ventilated.
complicated than I can.
Oh, that's positive.
No, it's a
No,
it's
no,
a-
it's a
it's
net
a
wash. I'm going to bump it up to fair. The game's afoot. I'm just trying to deceive any clinic employees that might happen to be within earshot.
Well, the doctor is still
Yeah.
out there.
Yep.
He's very confused. And
Well, that may give me a bonus.
but the doctor knows
Oh, I'm rolling really bad.
The
on,
doctor is soundly intimidated, I believe.
soundly
yes.
intimidated, but
And has been
That's-
told not to leave by Jack.
All right, John Doe will go into the room.
Jack is running across the yard, going to the window, to an open window that's been smashed open, and then he's going to start climbing up.
Okay, so you're going to the side of the building. That's where Annie jumped out a window. Is
Well-
what you're saying?
I'm saying that Can I see that there are 2 broken windows?
Well, he could
From
from
the room?
inside the room. He knows which window is broken.
Yeah.
I knew there were 2 broken windows because Rick was looking out one and I was looking out the other.
Only one was broken.
Yeah, I think there's only one broken
And,
window.
and he broke it by diving through it. All the ones didn't break.
Is there an open window on the third floor?
Yes. On the front of the building, on the 3rd floor, there's an open window.
Above the room that Jack,
Above the room
that Lennon was in.
that Lennon was in.
No, I'm still pretending to be a bodyguard.
Yeah.
But I will pull
So-
out my watch and say, someone check out the room where the bomb came from.
Okay, well, I mean, you could check it out just by looking straight up.
Maybe he can't investigate it.
Okay.
I,
And you're saying this in Russian or?
What language it matters, I'm afraid.
see.
But
Well,
using
you know,
English if
you
you're
know
talking
Chinese,
by-
don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know Mandarin?
Yeah.
Okay, I say Mandarin.
Okay, good.
In case we have anybody over here,
Okay.
they may or may not know Mandarin.
Back in the same language from Edgy, as soon as you're back, can't plausibly leave. I'm the only guard.
Yes, until I get back, you're the only guard.
Okay.
So, how much of a savings in time is it if I just climb the wall instead of going through the normal doors and such? I assume there's not a ladder from that 3rd floor.
There is no.
Okay.
But the exterior of the building, I mean, a normal person could probably figure out how to climb it.
Which means the Centurion could do it easily, especially if they happen to have human spiders.
Yeah. So, yeah, you could easily get up to that 2nd floor window.
I know I could.
Yeah.
I was asking about how
It,
quickly.
well, if you're going to go through the front door of the building and go down the hallway and go up the
it'd save a
stairs,
lot of time.
it would save probably 2 or 3 rounds. So
I don't
8
have-
to 12 seconds. if you think 12 seconds of time is worth it, go, climb the building and go through
To
the
have
window.
any chance of determining if there's yet another person still existent, I better save the time.
Okay.
I will go up the side of the wall. Like
Are you going for the 3rd floor open window or the 2nd floor window that you busted through, which is on the side of the
I
building?
would say that would depend on if I notice the 3rd floor window or if
Make an alertness roll.
this time I won't re-roll it.
Okay.
Ah,
You don't
I
need
got
to.
a +2.
Why not?
So that'd be a good alert.
Yes, you definitely see that on the 3rd floor, just above the area
I'll
where
go-
you were.
That'll be faster then.
Yeah.
You know what that tells us? You're not going to find anybody there.
Yep.
I know.
Odds are.
It's
But
gonna be
I
that
can
easy.
also understand.
Think
checking
he's gonna make it that
quickly.
easy for us? Phooey.
Well, no.
No.
It's the fact that Brett rolled a +2.
Yeah. That means that was an unimportant roll.
Right.
I'm really hoping that the lightning isn't that
Unfortunately,
bad.
Anyway,
I kept your line.
So, it takes 4 seconds for you to run back to the building and another 4 seconds to climb the building and go into the 3rd floor on there.
Yep.
So, I think-
And balance it on what is remaining of the floor because there's a big hole in it.
There is a big hole in it, but there's still plenty of floor.
Okay.
That means Jack has gotten in through the broken window and has run over to where Lennon is. Well, Lennon is. Which means now Edgy is free to investigate.
Now that there's 2 guards, one of them going to see what the hell happened on the floor above us is perfectly plausible. I will hurry for the
I'll
stairs.
just jump down and start working on the line.
Okay. Make a engineering roll.
There
I
was
don't
nothing.
recommend being clumsy,
Yeah, there was
but you certainly don't have to worry if you are.
there was nothing of note about the room other than the large hole in the floor. or
Are you up there
I'm
now
not-
investigating?
I will be in a moment.
Okay.
I'm asking. I guess I'm asking if Annie noticed something, which is
Annie just sort of passed through.
Okay.
She didn't spend time.
I noticed there was no one there,
Yeah, there was not another person up there.
Okay.
which means that if there was another person, they had affairs dealt or better.
Yeah.
Geez, an ordinary person could roll that.
Yes,
Yes.
I am completely confident that with Annie's alertness, a normal person could self-test me. Let's try that again.
You should make that an aspect.
We don't pass each other, but she dropped through the hole in the floor, and I'm going up.
You're gonna go up the stairs? Okay.
Let's see.
That would, if I were the.
Don't touch that. Seems appropriate.
If I were the sort of guard I'm playing, going up the stairs is only reasonable.
Hey, a -3 instead of a -2.
Okay, it's not gonna go off. It doesn't matter what you roll, it's not gonna go off while.
You can take
Oh, that's
You
right.
can take it
I
apart.
forgot.
You can take the thing apart piece
Nope.
by piece because
Sorry, that's wrong one too. Hey, a -2. We're improving.
It's not an improvement over your first roll. That's the
It's
same.
same.
So yeah, you could take your time if you wanted to.
I'll take my time.
All right. So,
I'm supposed to be good at this.
so the base on this is going to be 15 seconds.
Okay.
What you want is superb.
Okay. So
To
I
have it fully disarmed. How much time do you need to take that?
at a -2, I would be at fair, so I would have to take 3 time increments, which
1,
is
2, 3. 15 minutes.
it hurts to
Or you could
do
spend
that.
a,
But
you could spend a fate point and only do 1 extra time increment.
I have gone through about 10 fate points
Yeah.
because of the way I'm rolling. I think I will take the 15 minutes to make sure that
Oh,
it's properly.
okay. That's fine.
I'm gonna go grab the doctor and bring him into the room where Lennon is, and then we're gonna have a conversation.
That was next on my list of things to say.
Okay.
So I drag him in
What?
and I grab him by the shirt and I hold him in the air with one arm. So
Do you want to wait for the other guard to show up? Says Lennon. If you're going to do an interrogation.
I can. Okay, I'll just keep hanging him there.
Yeah, if you could, there'd be a click code for come here, I need you, or
Oh, I don't
something to
need
that
I can hold him for a while.
Yeah,
effect.
it's just, yeah. There's a reason that John Doe said that as Lennon.
Oh, and I think he recognized
Yeah,
that.
and Jack recognized the reason.
So, you're up to the room there, make an investigation.
You know, might want a lie detector there.
Yeah. I was on my way to investigate the 3rd floor room
Yes.
and didn't know you were about to. So that sucks.
Okay, I see 2 minuses.
3.
Well,
3.
there are 3 all told. That is not gonna stand.
Right.
This side of the table.
I mean, there are some very obvious things, even at a -3, you would notice, like the big hole in the floor,
Yeah.
and that there are no other people in the room. But yeah, that's probably not the role that you want.
From
Roll
what I've
like
read,
Steve for the
about
roll and
6
is
feet
it
is
obvious
necessary, about
to
2
get a
meters
plus
separation
2?
to avoid infection.
That is
For what? The pink eye?
Most common
that
diseases.
is epic for the
I'm thinking of the rolling here.
Oh,
that is epic for my sense of
Yeah.
sense of
Hopefully it's not a
smell
real
and awe-inspiring for the one
He makes
drawing
everyone
out
around
the
him roll.
sense bonus, which is cited
He
here.
almost gets
and I don't
banned from
expect
games.
possible.
Well,
we-
so,
He took
this is a
47
room very
yesterday.
much like the room below,
It was in the paper.
but stuff in the room has been like
47.
rearranged.
Okay.
Like the bed was
I know he's
moved,
not
and
sure
the
about it. I've seen it, but it's
equipment has been moved
probably been about
away from where there's now a big, like 6 foot
12 years since I've seen it.
So-
wide hole in the floor.
So it looks like people just cleared everything to the walls to make room to work, or?
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, it wouldn't even need to be peaked. A one person could probably
right,
move
given,
all of this
given
stuff.
time to work on it.
Because the beds are made to be movable.
Right.
So it's not like you really
Not
need to.
assuming more than one person,
Yes.
but stuff.
And there's
cleared
no
up.
deep pile shag carpeting to slow things down.
No,
Right.
no, this is a tiled floor.
Martin, there's a bone at the foot of your chair, by
Okay.
your foot.
Yep.
Would you pass it to me, please?
Throw me a freaking bone here.
So, what caused this big hole in the floor was an explosive that had been planted like in a ring, and then just blew a circular section of the floor into the area below.
So they put a big bomb in place, and then they applied a small amount of explosive just to make a hole in the
Right.
floor for the big
Shift
bomb
explosive.
to drop in.
So apparently, the person here was an expert at explosives. I mean, not like fantastic level or whatever. Just somebody who knew how to cause a section of floor
Right.
to blow down into the room below, and also how to build this big bomb that is in the area below.
So
And he
so
is
some-
working on while you're
yeah.
investigating.
So somebody who is probably good at demolition.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would have to say, in terms of assassination attempts, he blew it.
Well, how was he supposed to know that somebody had an explosive suppressor in the room?
in his pocket, and that one of the two guards could teleport and push beds through walls.
Very many things happened that were unexpected. If it was a normal situation,
It would have been a big
everybody in the
explosion,
room
and
below
most
would
of
have
us would
been
have
dead. Yes.
Yeah.
You are underestimating the efficiency of the Russians.
Yes. Great. Anyway,
I
so
suspect it was Russians who
This was the
bombed.
Russians.
you
yes.
would estimate that somebody would have had to have been in here a couple of hours to get all of this set up.
Okay.
So it wasn't something that was set up in 2 or 3 minutes. It's, a couple hours. That would be your estimate.
Any traces left by the person themselves?
I mean,
Like,
you
get
can see
torn
where
off
the
their clothing,
things
torn off
removed.
something.
You can see the marks where they were removed. You can see, footprints. Not a normal person would be able to see them, but you can see where he was walking.
I will make a note of what the footprints look like in the hopes that we can find enough of his shoes to see if there's a match. Which I don't know for sure we will.
Is there signs of more than one person?
There are not signs of more than
Okay.
one person doing any of these activities. Just general hospital personnel have been in here in the further past, like
Right.
days ago.
But the moving furniture out of the way, all the fussing around with
the explosives, that was all
looks
one
like
person.
it was all one person.
Yeah.
Okay, then no odd smells beyond what one would expect. from
Yeah,
the
the
shape
explosives,
cards
you can
that
smell
move.
that.
Yeah.
You would say it's probably they were using C.
I do not yet know that the suicide vest was C. I
Right.
don't even know for sure that the explosion outside was a suicide vest, but
Yeah.
when I do find out, it all hangs together. So
Yeah.
I will trot back downstairs to tell everybody what I know.
Annie is still working on the bomb.
And since I will be looking for Jack first, I will find him holding a doctor and
Just trying to put another aspect of him that he's
He's already taken out.
already
What are you going to
taken
do?
out.
still put another aspect on him.
uh,
Doesn't say I can't.
Yeah, well, if you're holding him over, if you're holding him over your head, you might care somewhat about his biological functions.
That's what I want him away from me, you see, so,
okay,
you know, so.
point.
Alright.
So
I want him to fudge his onions.
I will as soon as I come in, you know, again trying the Russian accent for the benefit of the doctor. You suspect this person of something? Very respectful tone, and well, that is only an average deceit roll, but I'm feeling like he's not a very critical witness right now.
I don't expect him to survive Jack.
We'll see. But
So, languages spoken in Switzerland are German, French, and the language it's sort of native, which I can remember.
Romance.
Romansh, which I don't know.
And in the south, they speak Italian.
Oh, really? Indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
borders on
what a
Italy.
mix. So I will say in German. So, tell me what you know about the bomb that was above our client's room, and what you know about it, because you seemed a bit nervous when you were there.
I wasn't sure it was a bomb. I just know that a man threatens the staff and my life in particular, that I should not let anyone know what was going on in the room above Lenin's room. He took over that room and brought some equipment in. He didn't let us see what it was. But
How did he arrive here? Car, wagon, truck?
he came in he came in on foot with sort of a cart that he was pushing. I don't know how he got here. He didn't like drive through the gate. He came in with his stuff on like a it's kind of like a service cart that we use here. He apparently had acquired one.
Well, he couldn't have carried it over the wall.
No, he came in through the door by the gate.
What guard was on duty when he came by?
The same guard who's on duty right now. Thank you, Mr. Mister, for resubscribing.
Hey, I'll say,
And hello to you too.
speak Russian, right?
But I'm in the other room.
Okay, I'm gonna shout then. Bring the guard here for questioning. Who's outside at the front gate?
Okay. Wait a moment. Well, we're like,
He can leave his gadget
Here.
behind.
okay.
Don't push the green button.
Push the green button.
No.
button.
You are not Groot. You are a brilliant scientist.
Who likes to tinker?
Well,
but
You have a task right now that you're working on. That has
I
to be
do
right.
have a task.
Yes, you are focused.
On one task.
You can push the green button after you're done with your task.
You are not Bumbles from Mad Magazine.
No, I am not.
No, Bumbles, pardon.
And I am not currently bored.
In fact, you're currently getting a little frustrated because it's taking you 15 frickin' minutes to pick this bomb.
And it's not that complicated a bomb. I mean, really.
possibly
Someone's having an
jumping
off
out
day.
of windows and then being
I
near an
decided to say
explosion.
something once.
Was he answering back in German? Because
Yes.
so here's an interesting question. Does the skeptic's ear work even if I don't know the language in question? I don't capture that.
You
Got
can
it.
tell if someone is lying by the
Okay.
tone of their
Okay.
voice, by their
there's a
expression, their
haptic-
micro expressions.
Right,
A haptic
Okay.
communication,
right, got it. So,
body language. And,
Yeah.
i.e.
You have a fierce sweat that they're putting on.
which I
Definitely
probably
not a
know
problem
this
if it's your
visually. I don't know if.
So somebody is going out. Who's going out to get the guard? You are. Okay.
Yes, I'm leaving my suppressor next to the bomb,
Yeah.
and I'm.
Annie presses the green button.
That's
She,
it.
she's focused. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the dresser, which I'm going to say is behind Annie. It's a 3-zone device, so
So you're putting the suppressor someplace out of Annie's field of
You'd be
vision,
better off
out of
handing
her
it down.
immediate reach.
that's true. But I'm not thinking of that at the moment. I'm just thinking I'm setting it behind her. She's focused on her work,
Yeah, I have a bomb in front of me.
and it's a UG. I mean, so a UD. So I don't have to worry too much about it. And I'm headed down to the guard shack. Let's see. Run, walk briskly.
Walk briskly.
I'll walk briskly. If I'm running at him, he might run if he's got a reason to run.
So one zone at a time.
Yeah.
I'm looking around at all the bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And
Contaminating the
See?
sea.
well, no, what I'm actually doing is I'm looking for. I'm trying to, more or less, I'm trying to pay attention to where I'm putting my feet,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
so as to cause minimal damage to the scene. But I'm looking for anything that looks to be large enough piece to be identifiable of man or device.
You're making note of where all such pieces are.
Okay.
Is
Make
that
an
right?
investigation.
Legendary.
Yeah. There. I mean. There is.
I'm
There's
expecting
a-
bits of protoplasm
there-
to be not terribly big.
No, well, as I said, this is about the biggest piece you're going to get, and you can find sort of like the top of his head, 4 pieces this big in various spots,
Right.
and you can identify them as the top of his head because it's got hair and
Right.
you know. Yeah, some fairly large pieces of his head survived.
I was actually hoping for pieces of bomb control, which can be significantly smaller. And still be
Yeah, I mean, you can find bits of wire. It was a fair, except for the fact that it had multiple trigger options. It was a fairly simple bomb.
Yeah, and it's all those control for the triggers that I'm looking for. Actually,
All right. Yeah, I mean it looks like probably just pressure switches, one on each hand, and then there was a pull switch down by each foot, so that if he twisted his foot in a specific way, either of them.
that he wouldn't normally do.
Yeah, I mean unless he'd have to almost twist his ankle,
Right.
injure himself to be doing that. But
Okay.
it's something he could do, but it's like well outside the normal range of motion.
Right.
And so yeah, there's little bits and with legendary you're finding enough pieces that you can put
Mhm.
together and go, oh yeah, there were switches on both hands and both.
Okay.
I mean, you aren't going to do the analysis to say yes, he had to do these things too. But if Anne, you can get them to Annie, she
I can get those pieces to Annie, and maybe Anna will be able to tell where they came from.
Okay. So you're out at the guard shack.
Yep.
Guard
The
is-
guard is on his handset. It's not really a phone per se, but he's shouting into it in German. Basically, get somebody to call the police and get them here immediately. Somebody just blew up, and just moments before that, there was another explosion in the hospital. Get someone here right away, and he's babbling. He's obviously panicked. Because what the heck? There were like, there was a lot of stuff that just happened.
Mhm. 2 explosions, someone diving out a window.
He's not paying attention to you as you rush up there. I mean, you're walking briskly. So you could have sprinted up and he would not have noticed you.
You can do a maneuver on the weapon. You're good at
Actually,
weapons.
I'm just having an empathy roll. Okay. He's panicked,
Yes.
scared.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, he's shouting like,
He's still somewhat
He's
deaf.
still definitely.
so he's still deafened by the explosion that happened like just on the other side of this wall from him.
Okay. Then the approach is I'm going to take the handset. I'm going to separate the handset from him, trying not to
Yes.
hurt him in the process. And I'm going to hang up and I'm going to motion him towards the building and point at his ears, or at my ears,
Okay.
and motion him towards there to see if I can get him to come to the building.
Willingly.
All right.
See if I can get him to cooperate.
Sure, he'll go with you.
That way I don't have to do a maneuver. I don't have to try to intimidate him.
So
And I'm being perfectly honest.
So the way you had to do this, you went through the door in the wall. There's a door into the booth on the outside, but there's not one on the inside. So you had to go around, go through that door, and he's going to follow you out through the door, which still hasn't been closed, the door in the wall. But so you're going back to the hospital, to
Right.
the front door.
I'm taking him in because obviously this poor man has just been very close to an explosion. He can barely hear. He needs some help. He needs help.
He needs Jack's help.
I think first what I'm going to do is check his ears.
Oh, you get science.
Yeah,
Walk
I've
in
got
the
He's
doctor.
got another.
Yeah, you can walk into the
Mhm.
You get a doctor, right? Or
Their doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
And my doctoring is
Average. But you get
No,
a quad, you get a
I
quad.
guess
Plus two, right?
+2, yes.
Oh, good.
So it's good.
He's a good doctor.
I'm a good doctor.
That's a great doctor. Superb doctor. Fantastic doctor. But
I'm
medical.
better than mediocre.
All right, so you're in the building.
Yep.
You're in the
I'm
reception
going to-
or the front area there where they
Mhm.
receive people.
I'm going to take him up to the
Second floor.
and a room near where Jack is. I don't think he really needs to see the doctor being intimidated.
Okay.
And then I'm going to proceed to check his ears.
Okay.
That's fair, but it should be fairly obvious whether he's got ruptured
Or you
eardrums
can
or
take-
not.
He does
Take
not
your time.
have, he doesn't
I'm
have.
going to take a little bit of time.
Okay, so
One shift.
one shift, we're going to say it's 15 seconds normal, 1 minute. Then you're spending a minute looking at his ears. He does not have ruptured eardrums, but you're pretty sure that it's going to be a couple of days before his hearing comes back to normal.
Yeah.
He's
And-
probably got some really bad ringing in his ears right
Mhm.
now. And it's going to be hard for him. I mean, you'll if you want him to hear you, you'll have to raise your voice for
Mhm.
him to hear you.
Yes. And I will raise my voice and tell him to just wait here. He will be fine. And yeah. And then I'm gonna go next door. Actually, what I'll do is I'll help him to lie down.
Okay. All the rooms on this floor have beds in them, so
Want to give him a mild sedative?
I have to
You
find
have a
one
mild
first.
sedative on you.
I'm sorry, I need my universal gadget.
No.
If you're
No.
carrying a medical bag, it would be
I'm
possible
going to take a
that
brief
something
break. I will be right
sedating
back.
people.
You have a medical bag.
I do
Sure,
have
take
medical equipment,
Well,
yes.
then you probably would have
But I have to go back to the room and get it.
Oh,
So
okay, then you don't.
I don't make the assumption I'm carrying everything all the time. Okay. Just my weapons.
You know, we're not using these same weapons because they did hit one.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason why a Russian security guard would be firing 45 ACP, okay?
I don't suppose we shipped many of them to Russia. Not for World War One, for the Great War.
Well, after World War One, since they were on the other side.
Not they didn't start out there. It was the Austro-Hungarian Empire and
Yes.
the Germans
Yes.
against Russia, France, England, Italy,
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
United States.
I
and
mean,
the
they
ultimately the
became
United States.
well, you know,
Also the Australian, you know,
Right.
we were there. We were there.
Canadians.
Yeah, we were there only for the last year.
Yeah.
But we also found out how terrible the war was.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first war where they had 3 pieces of technology that they've never ever had before, and it just ground men to shreds.
Machine guns,
Yes.
chemical weapons.
Yes.
And I don't think
The
you're including tank, are you?
No.
Okay,
No,
what
no.
is the third then?
Recoilless cannon.
Okay.
Ah,
Because
longer
past-
range,
well,
more
no.
effective artillery,
No.
you mean?
effective in this way. Before, if you had a cannon, you fired it, it'd go off
Oh,
target.
right, and
Yeah,
then
you had to
your aim,
re-aim.
then your aim
You had
was
to
screwed
re-aim
off.
each
But,
time.
but they had a recoilless cannon where it means you go bang, bang, bang,
Mhm.
same target, bang, bang,
Right.
bang,
Once they
bang,
hit,
bang.
it's easy to make small corrections, and once you've hit, you don't need to make them unless the wind changes.
Yes.
Mm.
Or your
Or
target
you
is no
decide
longer
that
there.
you decide that target has been obliterated, and you want to shift to hit something next.
So, if you're using old term tactics against those 3 pieces of new technology, you are screwed.
There's nothing like bayonet charges into the face of machine gun fire.
Or cavalry charges, that's even
Cavalry
better.
charges.
Yes.
Or having a cavalry
Although-
charge with a bunch of mustard gas going off all around.
Although cavalry charges kind of faded out when the battlefield became a whole ton of holes.
And they tried it at the
Not
beginning.
quickly
Yeah.
enough to
True
keep
enough.
people from getting killed, however.
The tank, I believe, was meant to be one of the solutions to the.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It was won by the Allies.
It was an infantry support weapon.
It was.
Well,
That was the intent.
the first tanks were basically armored tractors.
Mm-hmm.
And the
they
Allies,
wouldn't qualify as tanks anymore.
the Allies built, the Allies thought they could win the war by relying the tanks. And the other side thought they could win the war by developing U-boats. However, the U-boats weren't as effective when they started using different tactics, which is ironically enough suggested by the British non-military prime minister, who made basically a barrier of ships around the supply ships.
Right.
It was actually very effective in stopping U-boats, and so they were able to deliver supplies to like Belgium, which really needed the help, and France, which really needed the supplies, and so the U-boats were not as effective as the Germans were hoping they would. Well, the tank eventually started becoming effective because it could take the machine gun hits and keep going.
Okay. I don't think that has anything to do with what we're doing right now, but
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
Just waiting for you.
I'm here.
The
So,
Great War would be on a lot of people's minds still.
So, anyways, taking apart the bomb still.
and well, I have someone bringing the security guard here, who can maybe shed some light on how this man got in with his cart with this very large bomb. And he intimidated you how? Did he point a gun in your face? Or draw a knife? Or just look at you shoot dead in the eyes?
he had a gun. He didn't need to really point it at me, though. I mean, he was a very rough individual.
What language was he speaking?
He was speaking French.
Did he sound like he was a native Frenchman?
No, he didn't sound Swiss either.
If you had to guess what kind of an accent he had, what would you guess?
I really don't know.
Okay. Was it to go through by process of elimination? Was it Italian?
No,
Portuguese?
no,
Spanish?
absolutely not.
Dutch?
No,
Romanian?
I don't think so.
Russian?
No. I keep rolling really badly.
guess-
When I roll -2, which is what I just rolled, I fail my academics.
Ukrainian?
No.
He's probably at
A
the point
Slavic?
where we know
A Slavic accent?
Could be.
Okay, well, the
I,
Russian into the
can
mix.
I overhear some of this? that
Yes.
he's doing?
Yeah, it's just in the room next door, and there's a
There's a
big
big
hole in
hole.
the wall between the two rooms.
And your name for this was what? again?
Yeah, I've forgotten.
I forgot what our fake IDs were.
Rodya.
Rodya.
Yeah.
Okay. So in German, say Rodya. You're good with the mimicry. Just try and tell them in the voice that you think it would be.
So he spoke in French, and he had some kind of an accent. So I guess I'm going to have to use my deceit to see if I can do this.
That was mine.
Do you have mimicry?
Yes.
Okay, well then you don't really need to roll.
Oh. Okay.
If you've ever heard anybody with that particular accent, you can just mimic it.
So I will speak in French, saying, "Did it sound sort of like this?"
All right. And which
I'm going to go for German first,
no?
and then I'm going to do Russian. Take your time. Think about it. So you can take
Could
time,
you
too.
okay? Could you like recite a passage of something, or you just keep speaking?
Okay, I will start reciting using my academics.
Okay.
Something from like War and Peace or something.
Okay. The French translation of War and Peace with a Russian accent.
It is a Russian story, right? This
Yes.
is Steve's.
Yes.
Boris
Or
Pasternak, I believe.
So I'll start recording from War and Peace.
Okay. So you do that for about a minute, and he goes, "I think that was it. Yeah, I think I sorry it took so long, but I believe I recognize some of those words. He used some of those that you just used, and had that same sort of stress on the vowels."
Excellent. Well, I'll turn.
Can you put me down? I'm trying to be as helpful as possible. I'm not going anywhere, I promise.
My feet hit the ground.
And I'm
So I'm going to
guessing
turn and
that
I'm going to say, oh,
he's been speaking French since you were talking to him in French,
Yes.
I'm guessing. Yeah, so that from there I start following perfectly. And presumably he hasn't been lying the whole
He
time.
hasn't been
He's
lying
doing
the whole
killing
time.
to
He was
try
in
and
fear
lie.
for his life.
Yeah.
He didn't know what was going to happen.
Yep.
He did know that somebody was doing something in the room above you, but didn't know
What?
for sure what.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll turn to, I'll say, we're going to have to move. You can no longer stay. It's no longer safe for you. He's speaking to Coach Lennon.
Lennon. Okay.
I
To
will-
a different sanitarium or just to a different room.
We're going to have to get to a different sanitarium.
Okay.
It's just too dangerous here.
Okay.
I will give the Venus the nurse that knows how to defuse bombs.
Well, although nobody not in our party knows that that's what you're working on, because
He's it's in another room, so he actually doesn't know you're doing this.
Anyway, is that his condition has improved quite a bit. He'll have to check with the doctor, but I think it should be okay.
We have no choice. It's too dangerous for him here.
okay, so
So
not
Right.
not Pasternak,
not
right?
fast.
How well
I've never read it, so
I've read excerpts as short as I could get away with at the time.
I have seen it in the library.
Yeah.
I've
I've
seen,
seen it in a bookstore.
It's way too thick.
I've seen it at Goodwill.
Oh, it's no thicker than Cryptonomicon, and that's all.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
enjoyed that.
enjoy it.
You didn't enjoy Cryptonomicon?
That's correct.
Never even heard of it.
I don't like that style with the
Oh
uses.
Lord, jumping around.
Yes.
Yeah, that takes mind wrapping.
Maybe jumping around.
It's a storyline that alternates between World War II with more than one viewpoint character and modern as of when it was written, which wasn't that long ago, with more than one character, one of whom is the grandson of one of the
more
World
than
War
that.
II characters.
That particular author likes to jump around, even
He
in the
does.
same chapter,
That's true.
with
He
does.
footnotes that are just. I do not.
Stevenson, yeah,
I do not like that style of writing.
it takes some serious concentration. I spent a week reading it one afternoon. I actually did like it, but anyway, right. So
Do we need to go through all the steps, or we just pack up and go after collecting up the
No.
stuff?
Well, I thought you were going to
No,
investigate,
we gotta
interrogate the,
yes.
the guard
Yes.
first.
the
the
guard
guard.
is deaf as a post at the moment. It'll be days before he can hear much, and then it's going to be not clearly because
That's
of the
not
ringing.
exactly true.
That's
You-
not
If
true.
you yell loud enough, he can
If
hear you
you
right
yell
There-
loud enough,
there are-
he will be able to
This
hear
is
you.
a hospital. There are clipboards.
Yes.
I'll
Good
yell.
point.
I'll yell. So I'll lead me to the room where he is. I'll bring him here.
And you'll do what you want to do. I know that. So I point you to the room next door. He's resting.
And I'm following you from the room we were in to that one, and I mutter softly in French. Doctor was telling the truth straight through. Big surprise.
So I'm gonna go open the door. Is there a guy lying on the bed there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
What time of day?
I believe it's like mid-afternoonish.
Late afternoon, yeah. Like 4.
So is he resting or is he asleep?
He's resting. He-
Okay.
And so open the door, walk in, walk over to him, my hand on his throat, and say, "This is your wake-up call." I'll yell at him.
Okay. You don't just say it, you yell it at him.
Yes.
Because otherwise, he'd be hearing.
I'm going to pick him up by his neck and start carrying him out. Walk back to where we are.
Okay.
Is the doctor still? You wanna?
Yeah.
You wanna be able to cross.
I'm holding his throat. He can't really shout out.
Well, okay, but
He'd be muffled at least.
make a fist roll. I mean, if you're going to be doing something to put a maneuver, to put an aspect on him, you actually need to make that roll. Okay, well then, yes, there's no way he can defend against that.
So bring him in, I'm going to say, yelling. The doctor here says that you allowed the man in here with a cart and a gun and threatened people to go up to the room above.
When you say "and threatened people," he's looking at you like,
And
"I didn't threaten anyone." What?
Does anyone have a clipboard?
There might well be one.
There's-
lying
There
on
is
the desk
definitely
or a
one
dresser
in
or
this
something.
room. Yes.
Sure.
I mean, you can. There's the chart for Lenin that's at the
Yeah.
foot of his bed. You could take that and
Turn the
Flip
papers
a
upside
page
down.
over and start writing stuff.
Yeah.
all right. So you're asking him about the person that he let in.
Yes. Person who let in with a cart.
Yes.
Did he have a gun? Did he threaten you?
No. He
Why?
just said he had a delivery. It was one of the hospital's carts. I didn't see what he had. There was like a sheet over it.
Well, what he had was a bomb.
I
He was
did-
wearing a bomb. You heard the bomb go off and blew himself to kingdom come.
I did hear a bomb go off very close to me. Yes.
Well, that's the man you let in.
I didn't see a gun. I didn't see a bomb.
This guy's not useful.
I am not surprised.
He's a door porter.
I'm assuming.
His job is to make sure.
He's gonna
people
say,
The last,
He's not. Yeah, he's not the brightest bulb.
ask him his name.
"Who are you?"
My name is Gerund Dorf.
Quick, academics, I guess it would be, or is there any way that that can be made into a...
No.
Okay. Because last time we had someone this incompetent, it was him.
Yes.
However,
The thing is, I don't know. I can't test them that way. I can't test them physically. You see, if I hit him, and he's already a human, he's gonna be paste.
I wasn't suggesting that. You asked him his name.
Mm-hmm.
I who know many languages.
Make an
says-
academics roll.
You say me, right?
Yes. It's not very high.
since I'm present too,
Wow.
has this been in French or German with
Okay.
the gate guard?
You do have somebody who, if they look at him long enough, it doesn't matter how high he rolled. I mean, unless he spent all day disguising himself, that Edgy could pierce that and say, "Yeah, he's wearing a disguise. That's a disguised person." And you know, even you had some very high investigation rolls.
I will say, what language is he speaking in?
He's been speaking in French.
Okay. In French, I will say, examine both of them very carefully to see if they are who they are. I want to do the same thing.
Okay.
Anyone here can do the same thing, fine.
Yeah.
There's
well.
no sense.
Well,
in even if
I mean, Simon has a chance as well if he's
I mean,
got the right
Lennon-
stuff on.
Lennon might.
Lennon has that.
I'm starting with the security guard because
Okay.
That's where you are.
Oh,
Also-
I'm assuming you're done with the bomb.
Should be soon. If
So
not.
I'm going to take some time, like 4 shifts.
So is that
1,
include
2,
the 4
3,
shifts?
4 would be 15 minutes.
I'm going to spend 15 minutes looking at this guard.
Okay.
well, I get
I'm done with the bomb then.
Now I'm godlike.
Yeah.
Now I'm godlike +1.
I get legendary for the focus senses, which is
You're just using your sight right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
you're not.
sure.
You're not. Well, I suppose if you want to lick to see if you
No,
can make up on.
that's
that would be
taste
creepy
anyway,
and
and I don't
disgusting.
have a focus
Oh,
sense
okay.
bonus for taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll probably be the one I take last. So,
Does this taste like arsenic or strychnine?
Cyanide.
the flavors are really distinctively different. It's true. They're both bitter, but you couldn't confuse them for each other.
I'm gonna pick arsenic. You have
Yeah.
better chances of mine.
So I am guessing that legendary is enough to say
This is ill. If he's really ill, he can beat legendary with.
I will take an extra shift.
He can beat that too.
So I'm being over optimistic at the moment.
So you got legendary, and you're taking a shift.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of you think that the guard is
Disguise.
disguised. You took 15 seconds. Jack is standing there staring intently at this guy for 15 minutes. You might as well take the extra time
Sure.
because he's not giving up after 15 seconds.
Well, if I took 3 extra shifts instead, mine would also be godlike +1.
Yeah, you're both pretty sure that the guard is not disguised.
And
I'm gonna look at him and say, "This is personal. Remember,
I'm not forgetting, but I think he's just an incompetent guard.
so do I. Unfortunately,
You know, he's as competent as most gate guards are.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm not feeling charitably towards him either.
so
What
guard.
is he supposed to do? A guy comes with a delivery,
Yeah,
he lets the guy in.
I know.
I'm
If we-
gonna
if
go
we
to. Okay, you,
caught the guy
you can go.
alive,
not the doctor. But you can go. Thank you for your help. Shouting, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Get those ears checked out again.
The doctor there
Oh, I didn't know he checked you out.
said a couple of days. He's saying it very loudly,
Yes.
as you do when
Can't
you
hear himself.
can't hear
Yeah,
himself.
and softly.
Fine. So you can go.
All right.
Once he's out the door, softly in French, in 2 days he'll be hearing better, but he won't be any smarter.
So what?
He is not below mediocre for any intelligence. So
So what do you want me to do with the doctor?
who are you talking to right now?
Lennon.
Lennon.
Of course, he would be
Just let him go. He just seems like he's easily frightened.
can almost forgive him for that.
He was the one who wasn't he the one who by his incompetence let us know that there was something going on. So you know, a blessing in disguise, I guess.
Helpful purely by accident.
You can go. Don't let me ever see you again. So, saying very, very softly in Mandarin, "You Mandarin, I want them both to be alive and talking about who is here."
Good point. And I think the only loose end that leaves us is what Annie can figure out from the remains. Maybe.
Well, I have
some
an
sign.
intact bomb too.
Yes, good point.
So,
Now that
Waffle.
you disarmed it, you can study it.
so can you now look at the parts of that bomb and try to figure out maybe where it was built?
I want to take it with me. Not the bomb, but certain parts to
Well, we
identify.
can take all the pieces.
So
and
let's
just
take
put
the
them
whole
together.
thing. We
Take the whole thing.
might have some use for the explosives, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 4 bricks of seed that you can take out of here.
Might as well salvage.
Might
the
be
whole thing.
useful.
I would think so.
Yes, that's, in a sense, that's the problem with explosives. They're frequently useful.
So I will go on the watch and I will say in Mandarin, we need to find a secondary location in Switzerland, preferably Zurich, to move our leader to.
So I'm gonna have to apologize. My pain level is getting fairly high right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So
we would rather quit at a convenient point. Well, you are not in agonizing pain.
Yes.
Yes.
The one suggestion I would make, since Annie did
31.
a little better than me, I'm down to 29.
Yeah, but where did I start the night?
Higher than you.
39.
Okay, I spent less than I had feared, but still.
And more than you want.
so good night, everyone.
Good night.
It would just, since Annie did the research, it would just be an academic's role to think of all the places she looked at and what would